Welcome to Wake Up to Charlotte.
Wake up, watch it, take it.
Welcome to Wake Up Charlotte on Thursday. Sorry, I'm adjusting my audio with my ear. It was very loud. Welcome. Today we're talking about
Kids.
blunt kids. And we always say honesty is the best policy, but is that always really the case?
But kids just don't, they're just honest.
Yes.
Like they have no filter and they will ask you just anything. Like,
Some kids.
Do you have some examples?
well, I'm trying to think.
Let me give the
Okay,
backstory, and because we need to pull up folks their comments and stuff.
I'm pulling up people's comments.
So it all comes from a study from Texas State University that says grown-ups, really honestly speaking, like it when kids sort of sugarcoat stuff. That we say we like honesty is the best policy, but that's not really the case. The study found that kids who are super blunt, like saying, for example, this present is ugly, are judged more harshly by adults. It goes on to say that it's probably because a lot of times the adults are made to feel uncomfortable in said situation, not because we don't want them to be honest, but we only want them to be honest when it's helpful.
Right. And kids will always say stuff like, you know, your breath stinks.
Yep.
Or, what's that on your face? What is that? Like, when you have
I
totally.
had
you
a
know?
friend whose kid just recently, when they were standing in line, was like, "Mom, why is that lady so short?" So just like things like that.
Yes. And
In public especially.
So-
yeah,
They
and they're
love
not
to
going to tone
embarrass
it
in
down.
public.
Totally.
Yeah.
I told Ben, one of my friends, her niece or something, they were out and her mom was pregnant with another child, and she looked at her auntie and was like, aren't babies in your belly? And she was like, yes. And then she pointed.
You know this is going nowhere good at this point. Wherever this is going, you know it's not good.
She pointed to the lady next to them at her rear and said, well, why is her baby there? She said she about died. Like, that is the perfect example of just like complete, no filter, but innocent question.
Innocent.
Just
How old
wondering.
is this girl now? The one who made the comment?
I don't remember. She was probably 4 or 5 or
Four's a good
something.
age.
And listen, that could be a compliment too.
You're right.
Maybe that lady had been doing her squats at
Like
the
a
gym.
Kim Kardashian booty.
Absolutely,
I've been working for
absolutely.
that baby booty.
You've got some comments. I don't have them pulled up over here.
Oh, I do have a bunch of comments.
There they are.
Okay. Sometimes, yes, they are just too blunt, Caitlin. My grandkids don't care what they say. Yes. Be careful with them in public. They point out your flaws. They totally do.
They have a great humbling sense about them sometimes.
Melissa, I'm teaching my kids not to people please and to tell the truth, not to be rude, but blunt is fine. Oh.
It's a fine line between being honest and also being polite at the same time.
Yes, honesty always the best policy, but some things are better left unsaid.
Yes. And that's the thing with the kids. They'll say anything.
Yes, and they don't know. And then when you're like this, they're like, what, mommy? Like real loud.
And then they'll repeat it louder to like reinforce the message too.
Yes.
Growing up, my parents, I did not think of them as hardcore at the time, but I guess by today's perspective, because they were very much about kids to be seen and not heard.
Yes.
And so it was drilled into me, Ben, we don't care what you think about said situation. Shut up.
I think, I think a lot of parents like that. Not every kid is totally, because I remember as a kid, just knowing that you just have to be quiet.
Yeah.
My grandma would say, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We need to listen twice as much as we talk.
Totally. I mean, and you could understand why they say that.
And I'm sure we were all pretty big talkers growing up.
I think that's probably why we're here. We finally turned it into something.
Followed our muse.
So keep those comments coming. We want to know, have you ever been in this situation? What has your kid said that was completely honest and blunt, but maybe just
And embarrassing.
mortified you?
We got to actually wrap it up. This one's going to be a little shorter than usual because we've got an update over on WCNC Charlotte during the Today Show. So we'll see you over there in about a minute and a half.
Bye, everybody.